The tipping drama just hit a. Oh, I'm sorry. The tipping drama just hit at the Hard Rock Cafe. Jenna Simpson viral post got everyone heated after she caught smoke for not tipping when she called out the portion size. $26 chicken fajitas after the server swears it's a ton of food. Oh my god. But but what shows up? A sad little pile that looks nothing like the menu pic. It looked like she could have done better at the house, honestly. But wait, it gets crazier. The espresso martinis and the dad's salad come later. The manager starts wilding out and yelling at them, and nobody's trying to make it right.
Yeah, let's check out this video of her
I think that's
explaining
wrong to
it
say
just a
that
little
this
bit.
is this chicken and steak combo fajitas, but if you look, that's all chicken. There ain't no steak there. Basically, she's just arguing with us, so my mom asked for the manager. And the first manager is where everything went very south. She comes over and is immediately like talking very loudly, talking over us, not letting us tell her like the story. And she's like, yeah, it's basically like a chip bag where they enlarge everything to make it like seem better. And my parents are like, no, like our server told us that that's what we were getting. So as a manager, I'm not a manager. If I was the manager, I'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so sorry. She told you the wrong thing. I'm just going to eat the cost of another chicken breast and bring that out for you because that's what you were told you were getting. And just whatever. Shit happens. Who cares? But she's just talking over us, yelling about how we're wrong and what else do we want to order and pay for. And my parents are like, we're not paying $26 for what we got. We also told the first manager we hadn't got our espresso martinis yet, and she said it was because the bar was slammed, but the two bartenders were standing there talking because they had nothing else to be doing. Eventually she says something like, yeah, I hear you, I'm listening. My mom goes, no, you're not, you're talking over. She says, I'm done, I'm going to get the other.
To get the other manager, yada yada. Ended up just not tipping, and just because of poor management and customer service. Uh, that's what I'm hearing.
Question is, who's really taking the L here? The customers dealing with the smaller portions or servers depending on tips to survive? Okay, before we get into this, you said that the girl is catching heat for not
Yeah,
tipping?
because of bad service. What do you think?
Wait, so the girl that didn't tip is catching heat?
Yeah, the family.
I feel like we're forgetting that you tip for service. Like people are just wanting tips for tips. No, I'm not here. Okay. I understand tipping. Tipping, you could tip when they do a good job. Even when they don't do a good job, you can still sometimes leave a little something if you're feeling like it. But people are, it's like if tipping was a requirement, it would be included in the cost. You people are getting out of line with the tips, I think, lately. Like, oh, I don't care if we did a bad job. I don't care if you weren't satisfied with the service. You need to leave a good tip. No, that's not how tips work. You get a tip if you do a satisfactory job to my standing. And if you have an issue with that, get into a different profession. Like tips are not required. It's not a requirement. And I think people keep forgetting that it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. So why are you I don't understand. And if you went to a place, you didn't get what you were told by the server you would get, and the people are you're getting yelled at because supposedly the customer is always right. You're getting yelled at by the manager. Obviously, if you're getting talked over, that's also embarrassing in itself. Nobody wants to go out and eat and get talked over and yelled at and dismissed and saying, "Forget this, I'm going to get another manager." Who's leaving a tip after
Right,
that?
right.
What do you mean? How are that's no. We
I
are
can tip
forgetting
this.
here. People are forgetting here that you tip for service and not just because. Sorry,
Exactly.
I'm with the family. What are we talking about here? Oh,
If
go
you
ahead.
like the show, we appreciate it. Leave a tip, 15%, 20%. Your custom. We bring a service to us to here, entertainment and news. So yeah, just click the screen right there to 25%. But yeah, appreciate it.
Like I understand that a lot of servers survive off of tips. And if your
Yeah.
server is doing a great job, by all means make sure you're tipping them. By all means. But if you have an experience like that, let's be real. Are you really still expecting a tip after being yelled at and dismissed by the manager? No, that's bad service. Nobody's tipping after that. Let's snap back into reality, people. Like no.
Mhm.
Hard Rock's portion sizes decreased 22% since 2024. Average restaurant tips dropped 15% nationwide in 2025. Well, everybody's struggling, so I'm not surprised. Hard Rock International issued formal apology. Social media tipping disputes up 300% since January. New No Tip Tuesday movement gaining traction online.
Oh my
Five
god.
key
But
solutions.
um
What's up?
and if you're not in this, if you're not willing to be in the service that's the service. You're servicing to other people. You're in the lion's den when you're out there trying to get a tip. That's your job. You have to be the best host you could be. Talk to people, make them feel comfortable, bring them what they need, and you shouldn't expect a tip just because you brought the food. Yo, hospitality, yo. That's it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm for tip and server. I always give either the highest tip or over tip because that job is not easy. I don't want to do that damn job. I can't imagine what servers go through. But you're not going to get a tip every time, and I think that's unrealistic to expect it every time. It's not
Hmm.
going to happen every time. Okay? I'm not, that's how you're surviving. That's all fine and dandy. I'm not a tip hater. I tip. I don't mind it. I don't have an issue with it. Like, come on, bro. Let's be real. Five key solutions. Restaurants should post portion sizes on menus. Like, show the real picture. But even then though, even they know the picture is not realistic. I think that's why they asked the server, and I feel like that's why they were more disappointed. They asked the questions before they ordered it. You know what I mean? Like they didn't just order it thinking it looked exactly like the picture. I can understand, more on the restaurant side if they just assumed it would look like
Right.
that, but they asked the server first because they weren't sure about ordering that for $26. So the fact that they asked the question and they were given the wrong answer
That's their fault.
gives them a kind of a leg up on my yeah, on my end. If you were told that's what it looks like by the server, you asked for a reason.
Right.
So
Mhm.
implement transparent pricing without hidden fees. Do restaurants do that?
Man, with ticket pricings too, same shit. Yeah, I believe. Well, taxes is ridiculous in general. Like you really don't know how much you're gonna get after the food.
Create customer feedback systems that work and train staff to handle portion complaints professionally. Yeah, that manager, honestly, and I feel bad for the server because the server probably, maybe thought it would came out better. But honestly, it was a manager that killed the tip for the server talking to them like that. Like you, the manager, you need to be able to handle things a little bit better. You can't listen if you keep talking. That's like the first thing that companies want to know. Are you good at communication? And apparently, that manager was
Yeah,
not. Consider European style service included pricing.
don't know what that is, but hey, let's give that a try.
Hey, I mean, that will mean that the meals are more expensive, but
You know what you're getting.
that's up to the company to be able to pay their employees the proper wage. And I feel like till this day, the wrong people are being attacked for it. You need to be attacking these companies. If it mean the food is going to be a little bit more expensive, I don't think it makes a difference because if you're expecting a tip at the end, it's still going to be more expensive if you're expecting a tip. This is just ensures that you get it. Like I don't if you're going to go out to eat, people might complain, but they're still going to pay for it if they want to go out to eat,
And attack.
like really push the
Yeah, we
issue.
mean like protesting, verbally speak out, not like legitimately go out there and like rah rah rah, lower the prices, rah rah rah. Like no.
Yeah, like I don't see an issue with. I mean, raising the if people are going to go out to eat. Whether if
Regardless.
they want to really go out to eat, yeah, they're going to go out to eat. So to ensure that you're paid properly, by all means, I'm with the raising the prices. But
Yeah. Hey, yeah, shit's gonna
bottom
get
line,
expensive. So this should be a pass on job. Like you shouldn't be there forever. Get your career together, get your skills up, do better in life. Yeah, you're complaining about tips, but is that where you really want to be the rest of your life? Is to be a server? No, it's just a pass on job.
and like I said, that cost spread out over the meal It's just ensuring you guys get paid, and I think companies really need to take that into consideration and kind of kill this tipping culture like everyone else. Let's catch up with the rest of the world
Right.
because y'all need to be able to have a livable wage and not rely on the customers coming in there. I believe that you guys deserve a livable wage. Meanwhile, servers are caught in the middle, trying to explain policies they didn't make. The whole system's starting to crack. Restaurants blame inflation, customers blame greed, and servers can't pay rent because everyone's beefing over portions instead of focusing on service. And let's be real. When was the last time shrinking a portion ever solved anything except making customers mad? Maybe it's time we stop pointing fingers and start having real talks about fair wages, honest pricing, and portions that don't need a magnifying glass to see. Because right now, nobody's winning, except maybe the social media algorithms feeding off the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Crazy.
But yeah, I like I said, I feel for the server. I feel like, honestly, in the whole situation, the manager killed the tip. But at the end of the day, it's the whole experience.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not expecting no family to tip if they were just dismissed and yelled at like that. Come
Yeah,
on now.
that's true. Leave your thoughts on that, guys.